So what exactly happens when you completely kill off one of the most beloved, sensible luxury sedans on the market, and then replace its top-tier performance version with a plug-in hybrid that weighs over 5,000 pounds? I mean, on paper, it kind of sounds like a total recipe for disaster, right? But today, we're looking at a pretty radical reinvention. Hey everyone, and welcome to this explainer. Today, we're diving deep into Audi's massive lineup shakeup and unpacking their entirely new engineering philosophy. We are talking about the ultimate paradigm shift of the new A5, the S5, and the absolute heavyweight, the RS5. Section 1. RIP Audi A4. A new naming strategy. Okay, let's dive into this. For literally decades, the A4 has been Audi's totally sensible go-to sedan. But going forward, it's gone. Poof. Disappearing, as we know it. You see, Audi is completely overhauling their naming nomenclature. The new rule is actually pretty simple. Odd-numbered vehicles are now your internal combustion and hybrid cars, while the even numbers, those are strictly reserved for fully electric vehicles. So, bottom line, if you want a brand new, gas-powered equivalent to the good old A4, you're now buying an A5. And you know, this isn't just some simple rebranding exercise where they lazily slapped an A5 badge on an old A4. Not at all. The entire foundation is brand new. It's built at the Neckarsulm factory and sits on Audi's premium platform combustion, or PPC architecture. This is debuting right now on the B10 generation, specifically engineered from the ground up for advanced internal combustion and plug-in hybrid models. Moving right along to Section 2, meet the new A5. Form meets hatchback function. So while it totally looks like a premium, sleek four-door sedan from the outside, this new A5 is actually a highly practical sportback. And a huge part of why that design works so well comes down to this specific number, 2.6. The wheelbase has been stretched by 2.6 inches. Now, that might not sound like a lot, but it translates to a much more graceful exterior proportion and gives the rear seats a remarkably airy feel with way better legroom. Section 3, Screens and Cargo Space, the digital stage. All right, if you're a traditionalist who loves tactile, clicky, physical buttons, brace yourself. Audi is calling their new interior the digital stage. And honestly, the dashboard is entirely dominated by this glowing tech layout. You've got an 11.9-inch digital instrument cluster sitting right next to a massive 14.5-inch curved infotainment touchscreen. Oh, and you can even add an optional 10.9-inch passenger screen, plus a head-up display with integrated navigation. It is incredibly high-tech, though, admittedly, some reviewers have noted that the sheer volume of screens can feel just a little bit overwhelming at first glance. But here is where the A5 really claws back some serious everyday practicality. Thanks to that hidden rear liftgate we talked about, the A5 offers a whopping 23 cubic feet of cargo space behind the rear seats. Compare that to a traditional three-box sedan like the BMW 3 Series, which only gives you 16.9 cubic feet. You're basically getting SUV-like utility, but without sacrificing that really sleek, low-slung sedan profile. Section 4. The RS5 Hybrid Heavyweight. Over-engineered fun. Okay, it's time to ramp up the energy because we need to talk about the absolute beast of this lineup. Audi Sport engineers basically threw the rulebook out the window here, and the paradox of this car starts right with this number, 5,192. Yes, you heard that right. That is the curb weight in pounds for the new RS5. It's nearly 1,400 pounds heavier than the outgoing model. By all rights, a car this heavy should drive like a literal bank vault. Going into it, automotive journalists were incredibly skeptical. I mean, how could they not be? But listen to this quote from Joel Fetter over at The Drive after he actually took it out on the track. He said, "I was a skeptic. This shouldn't work. It absolutely does." Despite that outrageous weight, reviewers are universally reporting that the RS5 dives into corners, digs in, and drives like a ballet in the snow. It completely defies physics and totally hides its mass. Now, what's really interesting about this is how they actually pull that off. Look at the massive escalation in raw power across the trims. The base A5 is no slouch, right? It's got a 2.0-liter turbo four-cylinder making 268 horsepower, hitting 60 in 5.2 seconds. The S5 bumps that up to a 3.0-liter turbo V6 with 367 horsepower. But then there's the RS5. It pairs a 2.9-liter twin-turbo V6 with a plug-in hybrid system to deliver a staggering 630 horsepower. That is enough to launch this 5,000-pound machine from 0 to 60 in just 3.6 seconds. Insane. But hey, straight-line speed is easy. Making it turn, that's where the real magic happens. The RS5 uses a headache-inducingly advanced quattro all-wheel drive system. Basically, it uses a 400-volt rear electric motor powered by a 22 kilowatt-hour lithium-ion battery to literally shift power from side to side. By ditching traditional mechanical clutches for electromechanical power vectoring, it can shift torque twice as fast as the old system. Add in a fixed rear bias that can push up to 85% of the power to the back wheels, and suddenly you see why this massive car feels unbelievably agile. However, it's not totally flawless. Reviewers did find one major shortcoming when they pushed the car to its absolute limits on the track. When you're using the ZF 8-speed automatic in full manual mode and you try to shift right at the red line, there's a 2-second delay. And that delay is followed by what reviewers described as a massive thunk that can be both felt and heard. Audi has acknowledged this is a tuning issue under heavy load, so fingers crossed that gets ironed out before it officially hits the US market. Section 5, the luxury sedan showdown. Let's see how the A5 stacks up. All right, bringing things back down to earth for a second, most consumers are going to be looking at the standard A5. So how does it actually compare to the competition? Well, looking at car and drivers' ratings, the A5 scores a very solid 8.5 out of 10. But it is still edged out by the legendary BMW 3 Series, which pulls a 9.5. The contrast between the two is pretty clear. The A5 absolutely wins when it comes to offering a super refined ride, a stunning high-tech interior, and that massive hatchback practicality. But the BMW? It still retains the crown for outright handling and superior steering feel. And then, of course, there's the reality check of pricing. The base Audi A5 Premium starts at $51,495. It's a premium price for a premium product, no doubt. Budget-conscious buyers might actually find the Genesis G70, which starts at $44,845, a really compelling alternative. Even the BMW 330i slides in a bit cheaper at $49,350. Oh, and if you are dreaming of getting your hands on that 630 horsepower RS5, well, you better start saving up right now because European estimates are putting it at roughly $123,000. Which ultimately leaves us with this final, really crucial question to ponder. Audi has undeniably built an absolute technological marvel with this new A5 and RS5 lineup. But is this massive bet on over-engineered, heavy plug-in hybrid tech the true blueprint for the future of the sports sedan? Or is this incredibly complicated, wildly fun machine just a beautiful, spectacular swan song for the combustion engine era? It's a fascinating shift to watch unfold, and I'd love to know what you think. Thanks so much for joining me on this explainer, and keep learning.